right, this is the Best Experience with your host, Nick Best and the Angry Dad. And before we get into today's podcast, I'd like to thank our podcast sponsors, Barbell Apparel, a premium athletic wear engineered for performance with a tailored athletic fit, refined clothing for an athletic body type. Evolution Athletics, a supportive gear company owned by Brian Shaw, four-time world's strongest man. We believe in all athletes supporting their journey towards greatness. First Form, our mission is to help real people get real long-term results. Every link is in the notes. Please use the links. It really helps us out. We appreciate it. And with that being said, Nick is finally back and, back into the swing of things because, jet lag's a real thing. Recovery's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, things happen with planes, and so he is back after a little bit of a break.
Yeah, I think flying on a global scale now is just destroyed as what we knew, what was acceptable, and what is going on now. I think it's just destroyed. I mean, there's no room for missing planes and doing stuff that they'll make you late. And I mean, yeah, they'll put you up and they'll take care of you, but there is no stress or worry by them about inconveniencing your time on their issues, which is kind of crazy, but
that's
got stuck 5 hours going in because they were late leaving and then got stuck on the way out for a whole extra day in London because they left 45 minutes late and I had 15 minutes to get from one terminal to another terminal and through customs in London. That did not happen. So I had an extra day on the way home. But, I mean, Fefor was unreal. I mean, absolutely unreal. That hotel is the absolute, I don't know, the best place on earth for Strongman, period. I mean, the stuff's built into the hotel.
So that's okay because I thought it was just an event. And I kept seeing people post the hotel, so it's an event and.
Well, the stuff's kind of built into the hotel. If you stay there and you want to go use it, I'm sure that's not an issue, which is really freaking cool because I mean it's all the equipment's just left right where it is all the time. So that Hercules hold sitting right there in that view of the lake and everything else as you're up on top of it, which. I mean, it's just breathtaking. Even the view from up there, much less what it looks like on footage behind you, and it's amazing. And then, the truck pull area with the Orm logs out there, which I might do next year. I'm going to start doing heavier yokes. If I can get up to 1,500 on a yoke between now and next year, which is very possible. I'm probably going to take a run at that. That's going to be really cool. I'm super excited about that. Now I know what a Hercules hold is. Finally, I got to do an official one I wasn't in competition, but apparently I beat everybody.
You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden set the record?
No, I didn't set the record.
Felix not officially.
Felix has the record, but I will go after that next year. Now that I know, I mean, the balance wasn't that big of an issue. I just kind of grabbed it, held it, and just waited till I heard the number where it was further and let it go. So that I'm really excited for. James Rood went out there, one of my training partners. He won the stone lifting competition. He actually lifted the 203-pound granite stone and loaded it, which nobody's done before.
World record.
It's crazy because that thing it's carved out of granite, so it's really rough. It'll tear you up, and then it's hard to get a grip on. Even with tacky, the tacky doesn't grip like it would on a smooth stone. Not even close. So it's a really interesting, challenging set of stones, and there's another James lifted that 182 kilo stone for a disabled guy, with his strap. That was pretty amazing to watch. And he tried the big one.
Yeah.
And I think he'll get the big one if he makes some adjustments with the strap. So that'll be interesting next year. Watching the disabled guys go after the power stairs the way they did was simply amazing. Every event they went after was just amazing because there's no their indomitable will to enjoy, to do what they love to do and keep doing it anyway, regardless of what life's thrown at them, is absolutely amazing. It says a lot about the human spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was fun. And then the Highland Games stuff was really cool. Francis Bredner was out there, and just watching these guys get after it. Rain. And that's the crazy thing. We had a couple days where it rained and it got a little cool. And we had a couple days where it was bright and sunny and got a little warm. So you went from like down into the low 50s, maybe even 40s, all the way up into the mid 70s. Which I will say is kind of like culture shock when I got back here. It was 150.
Yeah, just a little bit of a shock.
Yeah. But, it was absolutely amazing. And going down to the lake and going swimming at the lake. And then I got to spend the whole week with Ed Cohen and Haga. It was just, what more could you want? Eddie's down there. We're working on my technique. He's working on my mobility. And it's just like, even I need a coach. And it's really cool when the GOAT comes up and he's just like, hey, send me this stuff and do this. And then, yes, sir.
That's it.
We can say no. So,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's pretty neat. And he adjusted a couple of things in my squat and he adjusted a couple of things in my deadlift. So that'll be pretty cool. And then gave me a lot of stuff for mobility work. And it is not fun and it is not comfortable and it does not feel good. And I'll put up a collage of that later. But it works, and that's all that matters. And I'd rather be uncomfortable for a little while and then be able to move better and get down into my squat easier and get up out of my squat easier.
Yeah.
Than just not be as mobile. So that's cool, but it's not like pushing hypermobility. It's pushing the mobility to get to the movement, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty neat when he's sitting up in there calling your depth and telling you to do stuff. It's pretty amazing experience. And I know already we're both going back next year. We did 3 seminars. We talked. We answered questions at will, and anybody's question about anything. We answered it. We might have shut off a camera or two, but
it'd be like that.
But it was still really neat. It was an unbelievable experience.
Mm-hmm.
Just so many knowledgeable people that were there. It's just utterly amazing. Kiki and Eagle do a phenomenal job putting that thing on. I can't thank them enough. I cannot wait till next year. So if you want to see this thing, book it now because it's not.
Yeah, they literally just posted it today. Yeah, they literally. Yeah. I was just scrolling through Instagram this morning. They just posted the info for it today. Mm-hmm. And man, literally a year in advance to get in. That's just letting you know how popular this place is.
Well, and then they have a guy there that does tattoos, but he doesn't by hand.
Nice.
The needle and
yeah,
he does them by hand, and he does them old Nordic style. So he does.
And if I go with you next year, I'm definitely going to get me one of those.
Yeah, that could be happening. So. It's pretty cool. Just all the way around, it's a very special place. And if you like the Highland Games or stone lifting or strongman, you got to go to the Fefor Power Week. It is the whole hotel is meatheads, all of us. It's everybody who lifts and trains and does stuff. They all get together. They have the Viking Games. There's a dance hall there as well, and they do Viking games. So they wrap ropes around your neck and get you leaning in different directions and tell you to pull. There are 4 guys that grab the ropes and try to head the corners, grabbing the sticks. Then there's I forgot what they call it, but it's basically a pillow fight on a treasure chest that happens to be an ottoman. But you have to keep your hand on the ottoman, and you get to have a pillow in your hand, like a pillow, and you got to ask somebody to be like, Ben, do you want to get us slapped? And you're like, and you have to answer yes. And then you're like, are you sure? And as soon as you say yes, we can swing. And people like say yes and they duck down, but they can't see. You're wearing a blindfold.
Yeah.
So it is funnier than heck to watch. I mean, it really is. And it's fun to do. And it was kind of neat. And then Ode Hagen was there, and they had grip contest and arm lifting, stuff like that, which somehow I ended up in after that. Not really sure about that, but it was fun. I mean, still, it's the first time I ever did the other events in those. And I've done the Rolling Thunder before, but I haven't done it in probably 20 years, almost 19 years since probably done was 3. So yeah, but it was just a lot of fun. It truly was a lot of fun. And you got to experience it. And the food up there, I don't even know where to begin with the food, because Norway is not like the United States. We don't put additives in our food there. Yeah. They don't. I mean, what you get for food is the food. And man, about day 2, you feel completely different than the way you do here. I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it says a lot about our FDA and how.
Yeah, it definitely does. The one thing I did notice is everyone, because I was following you as closely as I could through stories and posts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you were there judging, you were there calling.
Yep.
And everybody just was talking about you just being at the event, how great it was to just have one of the best sit there and judge, call, and be fair, and also to make pointers, because that's a lot of the times that a lot of times I said, like when a lot of people were saying is like when Nick Best tells you how to adjust, you listen.
Thanks. No, it was really cool because I mean we're doing it. And I want to see the guys hit the lifts, and if you're lifting up, I'm not going to just sit there and make you hold and put your head through, without telling you to put your head through. And we were like, put your head through. Okay, that's a warning. Put your head through. Yeah. That's another warning. Next one, head's not through. No lift.
That's it.
It's stuff like that. But I'll tell you to put your head through, or lock your knees, or your elbows aren't quite right. That stuff like that. I'll tell them while they're doing it. I want to see them be successful.
Yeah.
That's the thing that annoys me about just judges in strongman and in powerlifting, for that matter, is nobody can give you any feedback as you're going. You just got to do the lift, and they don't say anything. It's just like, how hard is it to tell somebody knees in a deadlift that they got soft? You don't know it, and somebody says knees, you're gonna lock your knees, and then you get the lift.
Yeah,
it's what's wrong with that?
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that.
You just work 12 weeks or longer or all year to do that, and because you can't see the feedback, it's and if he still can't lock his knees, then you can't. You didn't get the lift.
Exactly.
But I mean, other than that, so it was absolutely an amazing experience. I can't wait to go back. And then, I mean, it's an old place. It was built in like 1860 for the King of Norway.
Man.
And I guess I stayed in the Prince's room, which is pretty freaking cool.
I'll take that all day.
The view from my room was pretty cool. I had a little balcony and stuff. But I mean, it's at a ski resort, so they're skiing there during the winter. Mm-hmm. And then they do a strongman contest during the winter too. They do the World's Strongest Viking there in January and February-ish, every year as well, where they'll pull a boat and still do, the Hercules hole and some of the other stuff that's out there, and the stones and the power stairs. But they'll also pull a boat instead of pulling a vehicle, which is pretty neat.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But you can climb up a mountain as well. So you get up to the top of the ski lift, and then you got a whole nother half a mountain to climb to get to the top. But that one's it's a lot more climbing. You're in through the rocky areas and you're going up. But man, you get up there and you can see 360 all the way around you.
Damn. That's so crazy.
The 2 highest mountain peaks in Norway you can see from there.
Yeah.
And you can still see the snow on the mountains and just everything else. And it's just breathtaking. It's beautiful. Alex had a drone and he was flying that around up there. And the video from that drone was like unreal. So it's just, man, if you're going to go to Norway, that's the place to go.
That's it.
It truly is. And then Then there's the Fefor. They call it the Fefor 15, but I don't know. I'll call it the Fefor 5 because I gained 5 because the food was so clean and you just eat, eat, and eat. But I came back feeling pretty darn good.
That's good.
That's
good. All right, let's shift things here. While you were gone, there was actually quite a bit of events happening. Chad Coy had his show going on at the same time as Fefor.
And George won.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So like the pictures and videos look real good. So I was like, oh man, Chad's went off without a hitch, and I'm glad it was as successful as it was.
Yeah, George, Mikey, and Albie.
Yeah,
Big Bad Santa.
That's it.
1, 2, 3.
And with the winners of those, I believe they got their membership paid for Pro Strongman League.
Oh, cool!
Right, so I believe that's correct. And then also too, we had a big win there in what was the name of the hall? It was the most
Royal Albert Hall.
There we go. You know what I'm saying? So
Evan pulled it out, man. He won. I mean, Evan's going to be tough to deal with in the next year. He got 5th at World's Strongest Man.
Yep.
And to me, he should have got, to my personal opinion, I love Evan. I think he should have got probably 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there was a glitch on the tacky, and I think it cost him.
Yeah.
But
it looks like he corrected it now.
It's neither here nor there because
you
know, he just won that, and he'll be back next year, so that'll be good to watch. Tom came on strong as well, and then Mitchell also did very well. Mitchell's in a good spot, and then kind of lost on the stones a little bit, but you know, stuff like that happens. It's a learning experience.
This is literally his second year round. You know what I'm saying? Even though he won World's Strongest Man. You know what I'm saying? It's the second year around. There's gonna be things that happen.
Well, he'll learn to come with like 5 or 6 different jars of tacky.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's not hot, you still bring the hot. You bring all your all your blends. You go from stuff where you can do here when it's 115.
Yep.
To stuff you can do when it's 100. To stuff you can do when it's 90, 80, 70. You know, and below 70, you probably only need one, and it's it's either going to be the low grade or the number 1 or 2 on Cerberus or the regular of the spider tacky.
Yeah.
And then elite tacky is going to be the stuff you use in the hot or weather. It's hands down. There's nothing that comes close to elite in hot weather. Nothing.
Exactly. And that's the thing too, is like when you come to stay with me and then when we've gone places, your pack is huge. You know what I'm saying? You bring everything but the kitchen sink.
Well, you got to be ready for everything. I bring cleats with me because I mean, you never know when you're going to be on grass, and a half a second advantage on grass is a half a second advantage that you didn't have.
Yeah.
You have to maximize every event for everything, especially when you're on a professional level. And the girls will start figuring this out pretty soon too, because I'll watch a lot of the women's competitions, and you have the ones that want to be the dominant woman and they do stuff, and they come in, and when they have the event won and you still got more events to go, shut it down. There's no, unless you're getting paid extra to break a world record, which the last time I checked, they're not.
Yeah.
Break the world record again later. Keep re-breaking that record. Don't keep pushing it out in the middle of nowhere. That's what Sadrunas was the master at. He just kept breaking a record, breaking the record. He broke the log record probably like 20 times. And it's smart because every time he breaks the record, he gets paid too. So
exactly,
stuff like that. So women will eventually get to the point where they'll stop trying to just destroy and just go. All you have to do is win, and you're number one.
Yeah,
just win the whole thing. You don't have to win dominating every event. You just have to. If you win the event, you don't need to go again to reassert your domination. If you've won it on the first throw. You can pass the next throw. If you've thrown it out there and nobody's even close to your first throw, just walk up, touch the stone, walk to the back, and chill.
That's it.
Relax. And because you're last now. Your stone's the farthest.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to sit there and wait. If nobody beats it, go out and touch it again. You won. Walk off. Save the energy for the next event. Because when there's paychecks that get attached to these things, going all out and wasting your energy when you don't need to isn't smart. The goal is to win and take home the check, not to show you're dominant and then oops.
See, and that's the strategy that a lot of young people don't know.
Yeah, they gotta start thinking like that. So it's just stuff like that. This is just something I'm off on a tangent on that I noticed while people were competing. But yeah, but Royal Albert Hall was really freaking cool. That was pretty neat. And Trey did really well. Trey broke the world record in the Viking Club.
Yep.
So, and happy belated birthday, by the way, Trey.
Yeah, Trey. Happy birthday.
Love you too.
Yeah.
Big ticket. Big ticket.
That's it.
Even if you do eat burritos slower.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll probably get away with that one time. Next time, I'll be sitting there.
I'm like, oh
yeah. But that thing, he didn't seem wrecked after eating that. I was wrecked.
Oh yeah,
I was wrecked for like the next 2 days after that. So.
That was a lot of food to put in your body.
Oh, it was nuts. Oh, sorry, I got to reach for
I'll put the video in the link for those who want to watch it.
There you go. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. And then also too, speaking of Trey, Trey was just in an event and took first place.
Yeah, he was in the it's Warwick is what I call it, but I can't pronounce it. It's in French, but it was what the Arnold was, and now it's back to Warwick, and JF Caron's running it, and it is an amazing strongman contest. It's a 2-day show, and it is brutal, and he just won that. So congratulations again. Yeah, that is not an easy feat.
Yeah. It was crazy, you know what I'm saying? It's just fun because like Trey was just in the Giants Live, went straight down, go there, back to Canada, and then put in another event and got the W. So it's always good to have those things because a lot of these guys, you got to put yourself in a position for World's Strongest Man coming up again.
Yeah, I think Trey's gonna be fine with that. I think a lot of the guys that are in that top 10 are pretty well already qualified in a lot of stuff already from what I've seen. So now, smart wise, now it's work on weaknesses, get strong, work on your off season stuff. I mean, go to a few things here and there if you need the money, but other than that, it's get some work in and get some good training in and get some growth in, and that we can come back and lay the wood.
That's it. And then, and seeing where the land is starting to lay, like the Shaw Classic coming up, that, like I said, I would put this almost on par with the World's Strongest Man into the fact that.
No, he just announced he got with Paul Ohl, and Paul Ohl and him worked out a thing where they're going to use the strongest man on planet, or strongest man on Earth.
Yeah. So
when you win this, you will be titled the strongest man on Earth.
There it is.
So that's pretty cool because Fortismus had that copyrighted and stuff. And
I remember them seeing something like that.
Yeah, in that tradition, he talked to Paul Ohl, stuff like that. So he's got that, and now you will be titled the strongest man on Earth after winning the Shaw Classic. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, what more do you need to say after that? Well,
exactly. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it just, seeing Brian, set this event, have the Shaw Classic ready to go, and then just pushing it even harder. You know what I'm saying? It's like. Yeah.
And then he's having an expo this year.
Yep.
So that's going to be pretty cool. He's having a bunch of us talk. So that's going to be really cool.
A lot of seminars.
Yeah. Ed Cohen's having a seminar. I'm talking for an hour. So if you guys can deal with that.
Exactly.
So it's going to be pretty cool. I mean, it really is.
And it's coming up quick.
It's coming up very quick. August is coming up fast. So, but yeah, that's I'm excited for this. I really am. Plus, it's Brian's last show, his last competition. It's just going to be an emotional day. It's going to be an emotional time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just excited to be there for him and watch him go out the way he wants to go out and do his last show.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to be a little sad that day.
Just a little.
In my opinion, he's the greatest ever. So it's going to be hard watching him hanging up.
Well, like I said, it's just one of those things. He's maximized this sport as much as possible, and with that what he's done for this sport and what he's been doing for the sport, and when he continues to do the sport, will live on forever. So that's one of the things that
his drive to be great, his drive for excellence, his drive. You can already see this is his 4th year in putting on his own contest, and he's filling an arena. Which Worlds is doing an arena this year too.
Yeah.
So, he's pushing the bar. He's making the standard better all the way across the board. So, this is good. You're coming in probably to the best time to be a competitive strongman, probably in history, because there's going to be more opportunity and more things there for everybody competing than there ever was before. I mean, I just hope the guys coming up understand that and respect it. And understand that it's not that hard to go back down to the parking lots and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
So definitely take care of it, protect it, be good to the fans, be good to people. Don't get an attitude. Don't become a diva, stuff like that. Always be you're going to win. You're going to win. You're going to do stuff. You want to be humble till it's time not to be humble, and that's when you're competing. And, I hope everybody appreciates, all the work of the guys that went before them.
That's it. And those wise words from a wise man.
Yeah.
So Nick, let them know how this goes, and then we'll get on out of here.
All right. Well, if you like this, please share, subscribe, and like. Please. And as always, train hard, train smart, and be the best you can be. Until next time.